What's up, you guys? It's Leilani and I am back with another video. And today I wanted to come to y'all and just check in, just as I did at the top of the year and in March, and just give you guys an update on what's been going on with me, what I hope to accomplish for the next 6 months of the year. 2019 is halfway over, and I know we all have goals that we want to see through. I know that we all are dealing with our own struggles, and I just kind of wanted to give some kind of inspiration and share what I'm going through as honestly and as transparent as I can, in hopes to let you know that we all are dealing with our own stuff, and we owe it to ourselves to get our goals accomplished. So I'm not gonna ramble. I don't want this to be a long thing, so we're just gonna jump right into it. So totally not about me, but it stuck with me when I heard it. I was watching a Breakfast Club interview with Kirk Franklin, and he was saying that he can impress you with his accomplishments, but he can inspire you with his imperfection or his mistakes. But that was something that really stuck with me and resonated with me, because a lot of times people aren't honest about their hardships until they're out of it, and they have all these accolades and people praise them for it, and they're running down all the amazing things that they've done. But I kind of wanted to share why I'm in it, because we rarely see that. So I actually prayed before this video, because I want to properly articulate what it is that I'm experiencing, because sometimes I don't even know what it is. But I want to be able to share as openly as I can, and not in a way of me coming down on myself or feeling like I need validation or anything, but just to share openly and honestly. So first things first, keto. Am I still keto? What are you doing, Leilani? As of right now, I'm still doing the cyclical keto, where I take 2 days off and I cheat on those days, and then the rest of the days I'm full on keto. But I've been indulging, y'all, and it's not even like I have cheat meals anymore. It's kind of like cheat day. And even though I try not to go overboard, sometimes I get the best of myself. But I still have been maintaining my weight. I started keto at 159 in November, and I'm currently 140 pounds. And that was my goal weight for June. So I'm super excited about that, and I want to maintain that. I don't, my overall goal was 136, but I want to look healthy. I don't want to look sick. And I want to be able to maintain that and begin to start sculpting out my muscles and looking toned and put together. So, yeah. And with that being said, I started working out. I'll be slacking still, because I'm not the best when it comes to that. But I started working out. I try to do at least 30 minutes every day. Last week I did not work out at all. So, but this week it's no more trying. We're not saying trying anymore. No trying. We're either doing it or we're not. So, this week I plan to work out Tuesday through Friday, 30 minutes a day. I usually do abs, cardio, and I dance. I like to dance. And I just got the idea to put on a Beyonce video and kind of copy the Beyonce video and get a good sweat out. So I'm okay, I'm gonna definitely incorporate that into my fitness routine. So as far as my brand, Let Lay Be Lay, I had to take a hard stop and refocus and look at what I offer and what I bring to the table in a different light. Most of the time when you think of a business, you think of a product. And when you think of a product, usually you think of something tangible that you have and that you give or sell to someone else. I had to come to the realization and confidently know in confidence that I am the product. And what I offer is inspiration. What I offer is visual content, digital content, articles. I offer an escape. I offer infotainment, so information and produced in a way that can be entertaining. So I had to come to the realization that I am a business and I am providing the product, which is me and my talents and my gifts and the way that I share it. So that was something. It sounds really easy to say when you say it like that, but it's hard when you're creative and you're trying to figure out how you want to put yourself out to the world and how you want to share your gifts. And sometimes, most of the time, creatives live in their head. And I know that I'm an overthinker. I live in my head, and it's hard to, how do I say this? It's hard to measure when you are sharing a piece of you that you love and something that comes so naturally to you. It's hard to see it in a business way, and it's hard to see it as a product. So redirecting my thoughts and redirecting my focus to be able to package what I know and what I'm great at and my experiences in a way that's entertaining, informational, inspirational, and share it with others is a task in itself. And I'm still mastering that now. I haven't mastered it yet, but we are working on that. We are not trying anymore in 2019. We're executing. And if you didn't know and haven't watched my last Just Checking In With You video, I suggest you do. I'll link it in the cards above. But my word for 2019 is execute. Nothing short of that. And I've been doing it, you guys. Like, I have been filming consistently. I have been pushing myself to take pictures every day. Well, sometimes every day, but majority of the time, Sundays are usually my photo day. But at one point for 2 weeks, I was challenging myself to take a picture every day. I ride around with the clothes in my car. And if you've seen my vlogs, you've seen that I ride around with my tripod so I can hop out and take my own pictures. Most of the time when you see my pics, it's me. I don't have a team. I don't have a stylist. I don't have a photographer. I don't have no fancy equipment. And a lot of times it's my phone that I have with me. I do take my camera occasionally, but I honestly like the pictures on my iPhone a lot better. But it takes discipline. I don't have a lot of time outside of my brand. I work with an online retailer, which I'll talk about a little more about later. I still have my part-time job, and I still want to hang out with friends, but my brand is my baby, and I put a lot of time into that. And planning is a really huge part of how I'm able to do all of those things and produce great things. Planning, scheduling, and I honestly need to stay on top of that because sometimes I lose my mind and I put too much on my plate, and I have to remember, like, you are human. Even though you're trying to accomplish all of these things and you want to accomplish all of these things and still maintain a life, you have to know when it's time to rest. And that's really important, but it's really hard sometimes when you have a goal-oriented mindset. And I know I have a goal-oriented mindset, and sometimes you just gotta chill out. Sometimes you just gotta chill out. But in other great news, my brand and blogiversary of 2 years is coming up in August, and I'm super excited. I have a lot of things planned, and as far as expanding the brand into a more community-based online media platform. So I'm like really excited about that. The direction I'm moving in will include you. It's more of an inclusive environment than just me. And the name won't change. It's still Let Lay Be Lay because it started with me, but I want to include the viewers. I get a lot of DMs and a lot of text messages with questions, and that's kind of where this started. I was always the go-to friend for style advice, shopping, thrifting, all that, and I was always the go-to person for places to go in the city, festivals, exhibits. When people travel, they're like, okay, what are the top 5 places that I need to go when I travel to this place? I've always been that person for the longest time. And I have always been a foodie, and people appreciate that about me. They know that I'm going to go to the place, so they like, okay, I'm going to wait till Legos so I can know if it's worth going. Or sometimes I want to know, like, what did you order? And I'm trusted in that way. So that's kind of where that started. I wanted to have like a solid place where people can come and they can get style advice, get adventure and travel advice, get dining advice, and be able to do all those things and have a life of totality on a budget. And that's kind of like where it started. And so I want to reconnect with the community part of that. And that's like having events, that's having open forums, doing more lives. Well, actually, I have not done a live on my actual brand page. So doing a live video where we can have a specific topic that we come together and talk about. I'm really excited about that. But my goal for the coming months and the year to follow, for as far as my blog and my brand, is to really assess the tangibles that are related to my brand. I want to align my gifts, align my skill set, and align my likeness in a way that's relatable to my audience. And my audience is growing, and I thank you guys so much for the support, for the messages, for the follows, for the subscribing, for the reposts of my articles. Like it's the love I'm getting is crazy, and I don't want anybody to think I don't see it. I definitely see it, and I'm truly thankful. I'm still small, but I'm growing, and I'm not stopping anytime soon. So we're gonna continue to like push this content out. I love everything about this, and you could tell because I'm still talking about it. But it makes me happy, and it makes me excited to share. You know, it's all about sharing, and it's all about community, and it's about things that I love to do and things that I enjoy. So why not share those things with the people who care about it, you know? As far as segments that are here to stay, so Let Lay Be Lay, of course, it started on my website with articles. So a lot of my videos that I've done are like not spin-offs, but like the video version of articles. And we are pushing out more segments. We are continuing on segments in video. And so of course I'm gonna have playlists on my YouTube channel that are segment based. So the segments that are here to stay are this one, Just Checking In. Gonna have this is like my 3rd Just Checking In video. So those are gonna be in a playlist. We have Adventure for One, which I've only shot one of those, but I have an article all about all the things that you can do by yourself without anyone, you know. Never Have I Ever. I think I've only done one Never Have I Ever video, but I'm going to continue to do those. And I have a lot of great things planned for that as well. My Posh Living on Petty Pennies is one of my favorite segments that it hasn't come to video yet. I have a ton of articles on Posh Living on Petty Pennies, and that's just like the title says. It's all about how to live the life that you want on maybe a low budget or in the most cost-effective way. You don't have to shell out a lot of money to do and go to nice places. So to do nice things and go to nice places. So that's what Posh Living on Petty Pennies is all about. Thrift Like a Pro. I have a ton of articles that did very well on my site, and I'm going to bring those to video as well. So it's a lot of stuff coming that I'm like super geeked about. It's all planned out. And I just have to roll it out for you guys, so stay tuned for that. As far as my relationship with God, we are like this right now. Of course, it can be better. It can be close. I can be closer. He's still working on me, and that's okay. For those who don't know, and I don't think I've told many people, but I began fasting at the beginning of June. So every Monday. So every Monday, I fast from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And my focus for fasting is for financial maturity. So my reasons for fasting are for my focuses for fasting are for financial maturity and confidence in my purpose. I'm sorry, y'all. My neighbors are so loud, and I'm not gonna stop. I'm probably not gonna edit this out. But anyway, but yeah. So y'all know, I've told you guys about my financial situation. That this year has been the toughest for me financially, and man, I have never been in this kind of financial state ever. I don't think ever. And when I checked in with you guys in March, I was telling you about all the miraculous things that were happening, and of course they are still happening. God has provided for me over 6 months of living and paying bills and maintaining my lifestyle without the same money that I was making from my full-time job. It's beyond me. It really is beyond me. It's nobody but God. But my financial state is not the best that it can be looking in. And it's difficult. It is very difficult. So I have been fasting for discipline and clarity about what it is that I need to do to be able to provide for myself in the best way possible, to secure my finances, so that I can save, so that I can invest, so that I can pour back into my business, pour back into the life that I want to live, my health, traveling, all of that kind of stuff, giving. I want to be a philanthropist. That's something that's really important to me, giving back. And you don't always have to give in financial way, but of course I would love to do that. So I just want to create a solid foundation for my finances so that things like this don't happen. And I know that this situation that I'm in is breaking me down to build me back up. So I'm fasting about that. And then as far as my purpose in life, I am unconfidently moving. I'm not confident as far as what it is and I'm confident in what it is. I'm not confident in the how, and how I'm going to walk in my purpose, how I'm going to walk in my calling. And I want confidence in that, because I have a lot of stuff to share, and a lot of things that I want to do with my life. And I know that I wasn't created to just be mediocre. I wish sometimes that I wanted to be mediocre, because life would be easier. But it's so many things that I want to attain and accomplish. And like everybody has their goals and their dreams, and I want to make them happen. But I don't want to just do things just because. I want to walk in purpose and walk in the reason why I was created. My prayer every morning is, thank you to God for waking me up this morning and allowing me to be my full name. I pray that I do something today that aligns with my purpose in life. And I pray that I am able to walk in the reason why I was created. So I'm seeking that, constantly seeking out the reason why I was created. And I don't want to live in a world where I'm not doing my purpose. I'm not serving my purpose, if that makes any sense. So I'm fasting for that reason. And the first day that I fasted, oh my gosh, I was so hungry. But it's beginning to be a lot easier as time goes on. But if anybody is interested in fasting with me. I fast on Mondays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. I pray, I read scripture, I do my devotionals, I wake up in the morning and I center myself, I meditate, and I just with the goals and the things that the focuses that I have for my fast, I kind of center those thoughts to the front of my mind, and I pray about them and I talk to God about them, and I keep that on my mind. And then right before I break my fast in the evening, I pray, and with the same spirit as having like the reason why I'm fasting centered, what when I break my fast at 6 p.m. I keep the same spirit and bring to mind the reason why I'm fasting. And so so if anybody wants to join me in that or has any questions about fasting, I'm new to this. I fasted before, but this is a different way that I fasted, and I'm still learning. So if you want to learn together and you want me to share the information that I have, I'm more than happy to do that. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now as far as my growth spiritually with God. And then as far as my finances, and this is fully like being as transparent as I can be, because I want to share the not so pretty part, because when things begin to grow for me and blossom for me, I want people to know what was going on. So right now my savings is completely bare. Well, I won't say completely bare, but it's not where if something was to happen, I had enough money to cover it. My savings is like slim, and not slim thick, like it's slim. I am making the least amount of money that I've ever made, having like ever. Actually, I've made more money with my high school job than that's a lie. I'm not gonna lie. The thing with that is I didn't have responsibilities. But as far as my adult career, this is the least amount of money that I've ever made in my life. But I'm not homeless. I'm not starving. I've not missed a meal. I'm in my apartment. And this is a different setting too. But I wanted this to be very personable, so I didn't want to do like the backdrop and everything. I still have my car. I am still able to do some fun things that I enjoy, because I prioritize and I make it happen by working more, which that's a life that I don't want to continue to have to work just to do certain things. I want to work out of love. But my financial state right now is not the best, hence me fasting. And then as far as my career, I am working with an online retailer, and it has been a challenge. I enjoy what I do, and I want to be able to do that more. I want to be able to do that more. But of course, I'm in a discovery part in my life where I want to make sure that I'm walking in my purpose, and I'm doing what I'm called to do. I'm great at a lot. I'm good at a lot, and I'm interested in a lot. And I want to hone in on purpose-driven work, and not just me being passionate about something, so I'm doing it because I'm passionate. I want to be passionate, and I want it to serve a purpose. I want a career path that mirrors me. I'm a black girl with natural hair, big old afro. I have a very vibrant personality. I love to create. I love fashion. I love food. I love travel. And I want my career to reflect my interests, and that allows me to be me, because I'm a lot. And I don't want to the thing about being liberated and liberating yourself, you don't want to go back to being in a box, and that's something I won't compromise on, even if that means that I have to move back home with my parents, which I don't ever want to do. But if it comes to that, I will. But I don't want to get back into a box. I don't want to clip my wings, because baby, in December when I left my job, that was so liberating. And I don't want to move backwards. So with that being said, I have been working with a career strategist to help me map out the different career paths that I can take based on my experiences, my knowledge, my professional background, and my interests. And she knows all about my brand. She knows about my professional background. She knows about my educational background. So we're just getting started, but I believe this next journey is going to be like amazing. And I'm confident because I've seen her work with other people, and I see the careers and jobs that they were able to attain after working with her. So I'm like really excited about that, and I'll link her information in the description box. But yeah, so I'm not just talking this year. It's all about executing, and there's a lot of things that I want to get done, and I don't want my job to hold me back from purpose work. So I want my career and everything to be on the same level, in the same. So as of now, I am only focusing on what I can do right now. I can't focus on the money that I don't have. I can't focus on the job or career that I don't have. So I'm focusing on all the things that I can do to better myself and move forward and move upward and inspire and do for myself in this moment. So a couple of those things, I got my notes here, so I'm like peeking back and forth. I've been creating a lot more. The ideas are just flowing because I am not in a suffocating environment. I'm able to really listen and be a vessel for like great ideas. I have so many amazing ideas that I have been executing, and that will only grow and get better because I'm pouring into it. Sometimes all you have to do is do, and once you start from there, sometimes it's not even about the actual thing that you're doing. Sometimes the ideas that you have will allow you to do one thing that leads you to the next thing, which that next thing is the reason why you were doing everything in the first place. And I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but basically it's all about the journey. And you just have to start moving on what it is that you say you want, even though your resources may look slim and it looks like you can't make whatever your goal is happen. You can do it. It only takes one step. And I always have to remind myself, like, even though I'm not where I want to be right now, I'm in a good place, and I'm not where I was last year. I'm not where I was 6 months ago. Like, it's freeing. It's so freeing, and it makes me happy to be able to say that and to share that. So we just gotta do. We just gotta keep moving, even when it's hard, even when we're frustrated, even when we like, what's the point? We just gotta keep going. Another thing that I'm taking advantage of doing right now is being able to create and film and take pictures almost on a daily basis. Although I don't have a photographer, it's pushing me to learn more about photography, learn more about editing, learn more about filming. So when you are in places where you have limited resources, you are able to learn more about yourself and strengthen your weaknesses, and put yourself in a place where you will learn about the things that you're trying to do. If I had the money, I would just pay a photographer, pay a videographer, pay an editor, and I would never know how to do any of this stuff. And I'm learning so much because I can't afford to do those things. So I have to teach myself. I have to learn software. I have to learn editing techniques. I have to learn my angles. I have to learn what times are the best times to take photos for the best quality. Like, And it's amazing to see, like, you will grow in your hardship. Another thing that I'm able to do right now is to share, and that's what I'm doing right now, sharing where I'm at in my journey. What are the things that I know that can be helpful to others, and share more of the things that I'm interested in. When you share stuff like that, people recognize you for those things and they associate you with those things. So therefore, when opportunities arise, they say, oh, Leilani always talks about fashion. Let me connect her with this fashion person that I know that can make things happen for her. Leilani is always traveling. Let me send her this mission trip opportunity that I just found out about. Like, when you put yourself out there in those ways, you are you're making a public declaration, and you are establishing yourself to be associated with your interests and associated with whatever it is that you want to put out into the universe and into the world. So I recommend, whatever your interests are and whatever your goals are in life, that you're doing something every day to be able to, that you're doing something every day that's related to those goals, so that people can associate you with whatever that focus is. So I always reference my vision board that I created for myself, just to do a check-in, and we're 6 months in, y'all. Like, if you haven't accomplished anything on your vision board, or anything on your list of goals that you want to accomplish, always check back in. It's never too late. And always be doing at least one thing that's related to the goals that you have. So one of my goals, I know this is backwards, but says YouTube, and it has like a scissors. And one thing that I wanted to get better with was editing. I wanted to focus on different ways to edit, different editing platforms, different editing software, and I have been doing that. I have been doing the damn thing with the editing, and I'm like super excited and super proud about that. I have a long way to go. There's a lot of things that I want to do, and I'm not doing them at the level that I want to do them at yet, but I'm learning. So it's just all about those baby steps. I want to get back into dance, and not just dancing in the studio or dancing at home, but actually performing. I want to perform sometime this year, and I don't know when that's going to happen because I've only been to one dance class this year, but that's one more dance class than I went to last year. So I'm going to really get back into that. I have my dream job. This says next exit dream job. So that's just to remind me that there are things that I want to do career-wise. And what am I doing? What did I just tell y'all? I'm working with a career strategist to help me zone in on my the things that I have to offer to an establishment, or maybe even my own business. So we will see about that. This is Proverbs 3:6, and it says to let God direct your steps. And I'm definitely doing that, fasting for clarity about my finances, about my purpose, and that's letting God direct me and lead me in the places that I need to be to fulfill my purpose in life. This here says my travel itinerary. I take a lot of joy in creating travel itineraries. For my California trip that I went on with my boyfriend to celebrate me leaving my job and celebrate his birthday, I planned an amazing itinerary, and I want to share more of like how to get the most out of your trip. A lot of us have to save to travel, and a lot of us, when we do that, we don't travel as many places as we would hope. So we have to get the most out of our trips when we go, and a lot of that takes planning so that you can maximize your time in the best way. So I want to be able to share how I plan and create itineraries, and I have the honor of doing an itinerary for my mom and my aunts. They're having a Sisters in Love weekend where they're staying in downtown Chicago, and they're going to explore, and I'm going to kind of like curate a nice weekend for them with an itinerary. So I'm like really excited about that. But here on the side, there's a lot of like check marks, and that's because my word for 2019 is to execute, and I want to be able to check things off my list and allow myself the time and the space to be able to do so. So things that are unrelated to the tasks that I need to complete, I don't need to be doing them. And that's something I have to get back to every day, because a lot of times you get off track, you get off topic, but this is what you created the vision board for, so you can get back to what it is that you need to go get back to. And if you need help like figuring out how do I set goals and how do I move and work with intention, how do I begin to like go for my dreams, because some of us have really big dreams and our dreams can be very intimidating. So I would recommend you watch my Setting the Tone for 2019 video, because I go over how to set the tone for your year and what better way to check in with yourself and make sure you're on task than to start in June to re-solidify how you're going to make your goals happen. Filming this video was so awesome and amazing. I prayed to be transparent and open with you guys and share my journey, because it's not always about the destination, it's about what happens on the way to where you're going. So I wanted to encourage anybody who may be dealing with a hard time. I'm going through hard times right now, and we got this. Like, we got this. I'm staying prayed up, I'm staying focused, I'm staying locked in. I'm only doing things that are related to my goals, and everything else can fall to the wayside. And we're going to get these goals accomplished. It's June. I'm probably going to check back in with you guys maybe in September or so, after the summer. But let's get it, y'all. It's time to make the lives that we want. It's time to create the lives that we want to live, and to stop making excuses for why it hasn't happened yet. And I'm so happy to be able to be experiencing this with you guys. So if you like the video, you already know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am now posting videos twice a week. Once on Wednesday will be like this type of style video where it's a focus, it's a specific focus. And Fridays I'm gonna post my vlogs, and I've been doing my weekly vlogs, and I'm so excited about that. Like, I have been on top of it. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for next week's video.